What is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and today we are going to be looking at yet another McFarlane Toys Spawn figure. Today we have the Vertebreaker with 16 points of articulated evil, who is from America's best-selling comic book, at least in 1995. So Spawn, this is Series 3, and I actually found this. I did not find this on eBay, believe it or not. I found this at a local antique store. Had this. I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get this. This figure actually has some sentimental value to me, because this was a figure that really caught my eye. I didn't know about the Spawn figure line, but I saw something like this at a store once, and I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And it was, I don't remember what figure it was. I think it might have been Vertebreaker, but it was something like that. But yeah, so this is Vertebreaker from Spawn Series 3, and you don't have to take my word for it. Here is the box that shows Series 3. So there you go. There's that. And then we also have on here, this is Spawn Series 1, Spawn Series 2. They have Wetworks Series 1 and Youngblood Series 1. And if you want to know more about Vertebreaker, there you go. That's basically all the information on him, because this guy is not from the comics. But I think he's fun enough as he is. I definitely like the Flebiacs. And I think he's going to be more of a Flebiac than this guy was, because to me, this guy doesn't look like a Flebiac. He doesn't even have a Flebiac style name. But yeah. So, I suppose without any further ado, let's open this up, see what we got. Let's check it out. There we go. Nice and clean. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, but there's that. So that's what you can do. So, here he is. And he came out really easily. There we go. Alright, so, here he is, Mr. Vertebreaker. So, this guy looks like a lot of fun, and oh my goodness, I can tell that this guy is fresh out of the package, because you know how you get like a toy out of the package and it has like a really fresh plastic smell? Well, that's what's going on with this guy. I know he looks super crazy, but that's what's going on with him. So here he is, and then here he is compared to a figure that is out of scale. Here he is compared to a figure that is in scale, but from a different series. And then here he is compared to another Flebiac. This is the only other Flebiac figure that I have with a broken arm. But yeah, so kind of an interesting comparison there. And then I think this is about as tall as this guy can stand. So we're going to have it like that. And then we're going to see exactly how tall he does stand. So from the bottom of his feet to the top of, I guess we'll say this top spike up here, because it looks like you can move this arm however you want. Looks like he is about 5.5 inches or so. Something like that. And then flipping that around to metric, doing the same thing. Looks like he is about 14 centimeters to the top of this. So, there you go. Here he is. This definitely looks like a Flebiac. This actually looks a lot like a Violator. This to me this looks like Violator, but if he was more like a crab. That's what this looks like to me. So here he is. I definitely like the blue on his face there. He's got the nice insect look that the Violator and the others have. So he does have the horns there on the side. He's got this long tongue. That's really cool. He's got like these really gnarly teeth, and then he's got some spikes along his back, and he doesn't have one big spike, you know, that goes over like that, but he does have an arm that does that. And I really like the color scheme here, where it's mainly like this. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this. It's kind of like this sandy red for his main body, and then you have this like tan. It's like tannish white color for like his teeth, and then like some of the details here, the spikes, all of that. Then you also have this blue. It's almost like a cyan type blue. As in Cyan Fitzgerald, I don't know. But you do have that for that detail there, and then you have this black here for the feet there and all of that. I think this guy looks really, really cool, really interesting. And I think that you kind of have to talk about the articulation as well for this guy. So it looks like for the tongue actually does rotate. Um, so it doesn't really move up and down a whole lot, but it does rotate. There is a hinge at the jaw, but I don't recommend that because if you try to pose a mouth like that, it looks kind of weird. But yeah, you can do that. The horns do not move, but you do have these arms that do. So you do have that. There's nothing. They don't go out to the side. It's just a hinge. And then there's nothing up here at this elbow, but you do get the same kind of thing there. But this one's stuck, so be careful with that. This figure has been in the package since 1995, so you do want to be careful. It looks like with this arm, it does turn all the way around, and it does kind of pivot a little bit. Then you do get a hinge type joint here at the elbow. Nothing in the hand for here, even though it does look kind of interesting that it's just a hand, a three-fingered hand there. That's kind of interesting. You do get another one like this, and this one does. Oh wait, I stand corrected. There is a swivel here. Okay, so you do get a swivel there. Then for this arm, you get kind of the same thing. You do get a bend. You do get some rotation here. Oh my goodness, these spikes are actually really sharp. Do be careful with that. These spikes are sharp. So you do have that. You do have a pivot here. You do have another pivot here at the hand. And then you do not get rotation, but you do get a pivot there. So that's kind of interesting. And then for these things, I guess these are his legs. They can go back really far. They can technically move all the way around, it looks like, but you want to be careful, not to do that. You don't want to have it run into anything, but you do have that, and then you do get a rotation or a swivel here. So you do have that, and then you have that going on, so that's pretty cool. And then you don't really have anything else. Same kind of thing with this one, even though it's kind of stuck in the way, but there you go. And then for these, you don't really get anything other than a rotation going back and going forward, and that's about it. And he does also have a tail, but it looks like it doesn't move at all, and I don't want to risk breaking it, so yeah, he does have a tail. I don't want to break a Vertebreaker. So there you go. And then it looks like, yeah, that's about all he's got. But you know what? I think that is understandable. This guy is more about the look than anything else anyway, I think. So, yeah, there you go. There is his 16 points of articulated evil. I wasn't counting, but I'm sure that's about 16. And if I miss something, then let me know. But yeah, I think this guy's cool. I think that I wasn't too sure about this guy, to be honest, about the Scourge figure. Like, come on, man. You can't tell me that this guy's name is Scourge and he's a Flebiac brother, because you have Violator, Vindicator, Vacillator, Vaporizer, and Vandalizer. And then they introduce Viscerator. And then this guy, he's not even from the comics, but he's called Vertebreaker. And then this guy's also not from the comics, and they named him Scourge. It's like, what? What? Who came up with that? I don't think Todd came up with that. I think that was somebody else. But yeah, so I think that if you want a Flebiac, and if you necessarily don't want Violator, then I think that this guy is definitely worth picking up, because yeah, this guy's cool, because it was kind of interesting what they did here with Violator 2 being all, being all cybernetic and all that. I thought that was kind of weird. I know there was a variant of him that didn't have that, but yeah. Then there's Violator 1 that had the bendy arms and legs, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I personally think this guy's really cool. I think he's worth picking up, especially if you can find him for a good price, which is what happened to me when I saw this guy at a local antique store. So, yeah, I think this is cool. I think this guy's worth it if you are interested, and if you agree and you enjoyed this video, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of this guy, if you had him before or you're thinking of picking him up or whatever it might be. And yeah, if you are interested in this type of stuff, I have reviewed several old Spawn figures, and I do plan to continue to do that, so do be sure to subscribe. I do have a playlist. You can check that out if you're interested. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.